Hi, Jenny here. Thought I would give you an update on chemo treatment number 3 that happened yesterday. Before I do that, I would like to welcome all my new subscribers. I have had a whole bunch of new subscribers in the last couple weeks here, so welcome. Thank you for joining my channel, coming to join my journey. I believe you've probably mostly come from a couple other channels that I've started following. In a couple of my videos, I've had a couple of recommendations of channels. So one of those is Tiffany Thinks, and one is Bill Rogers. Both of these people also have colon cancer and have had an ileostomy bag. About a year or two out is kind of their journey. So I've watched a bunch of their videos. I'm still not caught up completely on what they've all gone through, but nice to have somebody to follow that is going through this and seeing that they've had some of the same symptoms or things that I've gone through. Again, either normal and to see how they're coping, and also maybe get some tips, which I kind of did in one of them, which I'll get into a little bit later. So, anyways, I will link those channels down below in case any of you want to go check them out and see what they have to say. So, yeah, number 3, talked with the doctor, told him how the symptoms were so much worse after treatment number 2, and so he mentioned he would lower a dosage, and I was like, yay! And he said, well, I'm not going to lower the oxaliplatin, but I'm going to forego the fluorosil push, and that also eliminated the leucovorin medicine, which I don't know if that one did anything. He was more referencing that it seemed like the fluorosil push was the one that was maybe giving me more of the tingles, more of the other symptoms. But okay, we'll try it, see what he thinks. Obviously, if he's tried this before, this is the thing he does. Again, the oxaliplatin, as far as I know, is the one that gives all these symptoms. But okay. So I did mention that I heard of this like doxaliplatin that might help. He said he's heard of it and it does help, but he wanted to try this method first, and then we'll see about maybe prescribing that for the next treatment. So I'm like, okay, well, cool, see how this goes. I took a Gas X this time before when I started with the anti-nausea meds, because it says it takes about 30 minutes maybe to kick in, and then it's supposed to work for 4 hours. And seeing as I seem to get very gassy, very burpy. I've been very burpy since I've gotten this bag, I must say. Never knew how much, like, you have a burp and how much it makes you feel so much better. But again, I had that the very full feeling, and I get it like way up to my breastbone, and granted it feels like I have to burp. I did burp a few times while I was there this time, felt good. But still, I got to that 15 minutes-ish before the end of the oxaliplatin going in, and I had that very full feeling again. And so I kind of tried walking it off a little bit to try to maybe also help me burp. I was even in the chair, I'm kind of moving around, trying to move things, and it still got to that point, and it was that. And then also the finger tingles actually started happening before the IV was done. I haven't had that before, that was new. So that kind of caught me off guard, and I kind of started crying a little there. Trying not to disturb the others, a couple other people that were in that little Bay Area, and I'm like, as I'm kind of walking a little, the nurse came over and was like, you seem a little antsy. And I said, yeah, well, I've got that full feeling again, and I said, and now the side effects are already kicking in. I've got the finger tingles, and the cramping was happening, and the sore throat. And so he was like, oh, okay. There was nothing we could do really at that point. I think I mentioned to him earlier about this other medicine, and saying how we were going to maybe try that next time. But another nurse or some staff member came through to go talk to somebody else and saw me kind of crying a little, and just like turned around and came right to me and was like, are you okay? Is there anything going on? Can I help? And I said to him, thank you, but no. I just got the side effects kicking in. I've got like 15 more minutes to go. I'm almost out of here. It's okay. And I was able to stop crying. And so, yeah, the nurse came over and kind of finished up kind of tried to make the medicine go a little faster, but not that it mattered. I had to wait for the pump anyways. I wasn't quite ready yet. But I was okay. And then got my pump all set up, and I was good to go. And on the way out the door, I could feel my calves already tightening up. So again, I'm thinking, jeepers, you know, if I already got this all going on now, how much worse is it going to be, you know, last night and today? This time, one of the differences also was that while I was there, I tried, I drank, I think I mentioned before, I've been drinking the Gator Light. This is going down well for me and at room temperature. So I drank like 3/4 of that while I was there, and then when I got home, I'd finish that off. Pretty much rested right away. I did have a banana, I had something to eat, and then I rested for about an hour or so. Couldn't really fall asleep, but I rested. And I was actually hungry. So that's a difference from this time to other times, that normally I'm not hungry, I'm not thirsty, part of it because it hurts to swallow. But again, the Gator Light was going down. Okay, so I was able to drink that, which was good. We did heat up some water. Like 30 seconds in the microwave is enough to make it warm enough that I had a couple sips of that. That was okay. But this is actually, the Gator Light's going down better. But then I was hungry for lunch. Yeah, so, or food, whatever. I had Wayne make me a hot dog. And I had a lemon muffin that I made the other day. I saw that video. And then a while later, probably another, I had some saltines. I wanted some saltines in that. So that was good that I was eating. And then later for dinner, late dinner, but I had him make me one of my a bean quesadilla. The tortilla and put the beans on there and some cheese and a little sour cream, fold it over. So that was really good too. So it was good. And then after resting and all, getting up, there was a point I needed to go to the bathroom and empty my bag and all that. And my calves were so tight that I couldn't walk. I actually had to hold on to him and have him walk me to the bathroom. I felt like a zombie. I'm just kind of like little steps and hurting. But did that fine, and then I was able to walk back by myself. That was okay. Decided to watch a movie while I was sitting there, kind of, you know, whatever, again, half awake, but didn't want to hold the book or anything, thinking, you know, hurt my fingers. And so we put in a movie, watched that while I was sitting there watching that. I was a little itchy on my ostomy bag, whatever it goes, and I feel like a little wetness maybe, whatever, and looked down and my bag was lifting up, and it didn't have a leak or anything. I was good, but it was at that point. So I'm like, all right, we're 3/4 of the way through the movie. I'm like, after the movie, we'll have to go change it. Well, then the tingles started in again and stuff. I'm like, thank God he has been with me for doing the bag changes for the last 3-4 times, just because of like when I was going to pass out that one time, and I'm like, I'm just going to wait for you to be here. And so he stands in the bathroom with me and watches me, again, in case I feel like passing out and I have to run to the bathroom, or to the bedroom, lay down and then finish up. But we've been doing it in the bathroom, and he sees what I have to do, and this time I'm like, yeah, I don't know, you know, and he's like, I got you, we're good. I was able to walk to the stairs, grabbing on the hand. Of course, then the finger tingles, like I said, started in, and I'm thinking, I don't know if I could hold the scissors and cut my hole for the bag opening, and even just dealing with opening the little packets of the adhesive removal or whatnot, and hanging onto the railing and going up the stairs, I could just feel it was just hurting, the tingles in the hands going up. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna lay on the bed, and I just let him do it. So I was able to get my bag off, cleaned up a little, he cleaned up the rest, and was able to get my barrier ring on, get my bag on. So that was awesome. That was, again, he is an angel. So much for me, and it's so nice. So, and here we changed the bag yesterday, again, so that I didn't have to deal with that on a day when I'm having my chemo treatment, knowing I'm going to have symptoms. So, a little disappointing, but I've also had, I'm having like a reaction, I think, to the stickiness of the bag. So, there's a thing called a barrier wipe, and if you wipe that around on the skin, that's supposed to put another layer between the skin and the stickiness, but it also seems to then not have the bag stick so well. It's supposed to be, somebody mentioned that was also a little bit sticky, that would help the bag stick better, but in my case it's seeming that it's not. So, but it is helping the skin. I don't have the itchiness that I've had this last week, but to change the bag after one day, you can try to go 4 days, but we'll see how it goes. So that was about it for last night. Wasn't horrible. A little bit later, again, getting up and walking, I was okay again to be able to walk, even though the calves are tight. I haven't really had the cheek tingles, whereas last time, again, when I was just sitting there, I was just having the cheek tingles. And this time I have more of a face numbness. Like either when you're at the dentist and you get a shot in your face, then, you know, as it's coming back too, after they numb you out for doing some dental work. Or being out in a cold winter day and, you know, you don't have a scarf or whatever, just kind of out there, and then you come back and then your face kind of has to like unfreeze. I get more of that. And partly if I'm either drinking something cold, brushing my teeth with the mintiness or whatever, then my the face just feels kind of all numb in here. Today is better. I woke up at like 6 a.m. because Wayne came down for work. I slept on the couch and he came down obviously for work, have breakfast and all that stuff. And waking up at that time, I was feeling okay. I had no finger tingles and whatever. I had a slight tightness in the calves, but, you know, make it to the bathroom and back, it was fine. Had some breakfast because I got really hungry at that point, so I had a bowl of Captain Crunch. And that was okay. I was like, oh yeah, wait, gotta take a small bite. Put it on the one side, and I had a tiny bit of tingles, but nothing like normal. With the other side, I was fine, so I had my bowl of cereal. But funny, when I got down to just the milk, and I was holding the bowl and put my hands on the bottom, so I could feel the coldness of the milk. It hurt the hand, so I had to move the hand. Silverware is actually kind of cold too. Even grabbing the spoon, I was like, ooh, that was a little cold. I'm like, really? It's room temperature. But again, okay. And I feel better. So again, last time after my treatment and day 2, I was still in kind of a lot of pain. I was still having a lot of side effects. And this time I'm feeling very good. So granted, I had no tingles like at 6 a.m. By 10 a.m., finally kind of waking up because of sleeping on the couch, and I didn't get to bed until like 1:30 a.m. And then waking up with, you know, at 6 with my husband coming down, and then my daughter comes down and has her breakfast, and then she left, so she left by 8 to go, and then I slept till 10. So after that, I kind of went on the computer for a little bit and typing. My hands are starting to kind of cramp up again a little, but reality fine. So I don't know if that I'm having a little bit less side effects because of the lesser dosage of the medicine, or because I'm drinking so much Gatorlight with the electrolytes, that if that's helping, or most likely a combination of both. And even yesterday when we got home and laying on the couch, I was a lot more calm than I was the week before. So again, the week before I was also thinking kind of how the side effects were kicking in and what I was all having, thinking, how am I going to do this again? How am I going to get through a third treatment? And that was weighing on me. Whereas this time, it's the third treatment. Okay, so I've got these symptoms going on. I wasn't happy about them kicking in so quickly. But after coming home, like, it didn't get worse. It was the same. So again, I know what I'm expecting. And because it didn't get worse enough, this is okay. It's and laying there on the couch and resting, it was another one of those. I was very calm. Maybe because of, again, I kind of knew what to expect. Secondly, I'm covering myself in all your prayers. So I know I've got so many friends and family on Facebook, all my classmates and friends, and then on YouTube. I've got so many of you praying for me, which I appreciate so very much. And I just kind of covered myself in all your prayers, and it was very nice. It was, like I said, I was very, very calm, and this is going so much better than the other treatments. So again, I thank you very much. Other than that, that's what I've got for right now. Pump removal will be on Friday. Don't know if I'm getting the shot or not. It wasn't mentioned by the doctor. I didn't even think about asking. Well, because he said all my numbers were good. And so then when we got to the treatment area, Wayne's kind of like, oh, nothing was mentioned about a shot. Maybe you won't get that. And I'm like, oh. So when the nurse started getting my medicine and stuff, I'm like, hey, just curious, by the way, don't know if you can look in my chart or not and see. I'm like, am I going to get a shot on Friday? And he was like, yeah, that's pretty much protocol. That they want to make sure that those white blood cell numbers stay up so that you don't miss a treatment. So not sure for sure. I'll expect having the shot. If I don't get it, bonus. And if I do, again, I kind of know the side effects of what that's going to happen, and it should all be okay. So I appreciate you hanging out here, spending your time with me, and following me on this journey. And leave any comments down below, any tips, any other channels I could look into, or 2 people that I've been watching, they're from England, so their treatment is again also a little bit different than what we get here, and the machines look a little different and stuff, but still appreciate that. So appreciate you guys, and keep it positive. Go make it a great day. Bye bye.